Hey YouTubers, he's back. It's been a long while. I've got some interesting pickups to show you guys. It's actually, I've got no modern, well I've got one modern game to show you. But I have bought some more modern games, but I'll show them another day. Today is more retro stuff and books and toy and records to show. So it's more old stuff mostly. Okay, so hopefully that's alright with you guys. Next month there'll be more PS5 and PS4 and Switch games to show, but I thought I'd show more of the it would be a bit of a shorter, more interesting video today. So what have we got? Well, as always, let's start with vinyl of the month. I basically got a couple of vinyl bags full of records which I've bought over the past year, and I'll just pick out a few which I've got. So Selena Gomez was single called Bad Liar. You can't get this on a vinyl album, but in Germany they did release it as a single, one-track single. I do like that song. It's quite a cool video if you ever, you know. It's a very catchy song and everything else, and she plays about 3 different parts in the video, 3 different characters playing a gym teacher, and plays her father and all sorts she does in it. So it's quite an interesting part really. So quite a cool video and a cool song, really catchy song, I like that. Classic vinyls I touch myself, yeah, just a 12 inch. And also got a relatively cheap original of Deborah Harry, the complete picture. Probably the best way of getting the sort of Blondie sounds really, more than anything else. So classics there. Okay, I've got a toy to show. It is part of the Tomitronic 3D range. I've had this for about 6 months, but I've not got round to showing it. It's all come complete box with all the manual in excellent minty condition. It was about 70 quid in the end, so not a bad price for one in this condition. It is the 3D racing game. Now I wasn't too mind. I never had these as a kid, but I always was jealous. I always wanted one. And I know there's that cool sort of battleship. I mean not battleship, spaceship fighting one, the sort of Tron type one. But that goes for more money in this condition. That's really more expensive. And looking at it and working it out, I think a lot of people are saying this is probably a more fun out of the 2 games to play. Actually, the racing game, there's more strategy to it. Really, you have to accelerate, decelerate to avoid bumping into cars and overtaking and everything else. Really, so it does work effectively well as a sort of 3-dimensional first-person perspective racing game. Really, so you know, so really pleased to have that. So that's all cool. Books. I don't normally show many books, but these are gaming related. Basically, Geeks Line has produced lots of books in the past, which can, you know, like go into the making of all the consoles, the history, show lots of detailed photographs, and then talk about development, marketing. They also talk about every single game released for that console. Now, I've got loads of them for various other consoles, but they finally bought one out for a PlayStation 2. Now you're thinking, a PlayStation 2 had a massive library, that'd be a massive book, wouldn't it? And it would be if it was one book, but they've actually spread it across, well, kind of 4 volumes really. It's technically 3 volumes, but the 4th volume is a quick reference guide. So what they've done is, they brought out these books. It goes into a development of a PlayStation 2 in great detail, marketing, looks up specific collector's editions, and it also gives information and photos on every single game at the, I think it's about 4,700 odd library worldwide for PlayStation 2. So they've done that, and it's spread over 3 volumes because there's so much for it to go in. And also they've done a quick reference guide. So basically the reference guide tells you every single game title and which regions it was released in, what genre, and if it had an alternative title or not. So it's really useful. You know, if you're collecting for PS2, if you want to double check details on rather obscure titles, it's all in there. Yeah, I mean, whether or not anyone will ever do the same for PlayStation 4 or Switch in the future, who knows? Because obviously those libraries are getting quite large too, I would imagine, and it'll be probably more difficult to trace given the amount of indie publishers and small releases and stuff like that. So, but for PlayStation 2, yeah, that is, you know, that's a cool, really cool set to have. The cheapest way of buying it, I worked out, was to buy the volumes online from eBay actually, as opposed to directly from the publisher. So you can go to a Geeks Line website, but it's actually cheaper to go to just look on eBay. It is. Now I think all 4 volumes in the end worked out about 120 quid including shipping to me. So you think 120 quid for books? A lot of money, but there's a lot of work that's gone into this. I mean, just look at that, guys. And it's all, like I said, it's not just the reference guide. It's like I said, it's all detailed, glossy pages, pictures. You know, there is literally, you know, days worth of reading here. So I'll be making my way slowly, looking for that, of flicking through the pages. Quite an interesting read. Okay, other stuff. Let's turn to games, shall we? Okay, I've got one modern game to show, and but it's kind of retro 16-bit inspired, and that's what a lot of people have got. It's for Terminator 2D No Fate by the Bitmap brothers who did Xenocrisis and Final Vendetta, I think, and also another fantasy type game they've done, which I can't remember the title of. Yeah, so this is like the day 1 edition, which comes with it comes reversible cover sleeve, unknown future cloth poster, collectible metal arcade token, full colour manual book, and the collector's box. And also you get this big metal tin, which has got loads of other shit in it as well, if you get the collector's bit. So I got those together. I think I waited and then the level was reduced to, I think it was about £60 mark from 90 or whatever. So yeah, I've finally got that. I'll probably just get this version on the PS4 as well, just to be because it's such a cool game. I do like to multi-dip when it comes to Terminator games. Get multiple platforms. Okay. Other retro games. Mega Drive. I thought I was pretty much finished collecting for Mega Drive, so you have to excuse me, I've got a runny nose. I think it's either start of a cold or hay fever or something. But anyway, yeah, I didn't have this game. I had it on. I've always got as a port on many other systems like Saturn and various collections and everything else on the PS2, GameCube, PS4, God knows what. So there's many ways of playing this game, but and I've got it on the PC Engine, but I didn't have this Mega Drive port of it, and that is the Cassette Outrun. Now you think, oh, that game, well, we picked it up years ago, it's probably about a tenner. It's not, it's kind of a lot, it's quite expensive now. The complete copy on CEX is about 75 quid right now. Not cheap, is it? I managed to get this off Vinted, no, not Vinted, actually, believe it or not, Amazon, from GEX, GEX Exchange, or whatever it is, a video game shop, and it came for £60 complete, and it was really, you know, excellent minty condition. It was so clean, the cartridge and the manual and the case. You know, I did take the cartridge apart, and obviously it was a genuine cartridge, but the metal contacts did need a bit of a clean, so I cleaned those. But it works fine, absolutely fine, so I got that for 60 quid in the end. So it just shows that, you know, a common title, it's not a rare title, but it's obviously popular and demand. That's probably why it's, you know, it is how much it is. So what else have I got? Okay, let's have a look. I've got a few imports to show you guys. So let's have a look. So shall we go? Right. Yeah. Okay. We'll do Dreamcast first of all. So I've got this title. Do you recognise that, guys? Yes, it's Seaman. But it's not just ordinary Seaman. This is what they call the sort of special Christmas version they brought out in Japan. So it's Christmas Seaman. Yes. Obvious jokes there. But yeah, you know, a perfect present for your loved one. Christmas Seaman. That sounds obviously a bit dodgy. Anyway, yeah, so this is like a nice Christmas edition, so it's got a Christmas type theme character and everything else really. Obviously it plays in Japanese, so you can't really play it in English unless you've got somehow a way of patching it. But I do have multiple other versions of that game, but I didn't have that Christmas one, so I think Joe Girly Gaming was in the game shop down her way in Worthing, and she saw it there, and so it got me thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind getting a copy of that. So it wasn't a load of money. I think it was about 30 quid or something, maybe 30, maybe 35, so it wasn't loads of money. On the PlayStation, a very uncommon game, imported from Japan. It is Godzilla trading battle game. I think it's like a tactical beat 'em up. But yeah, I'll play all the Godzilla games on whatever platform. So I've been wanting that for years. So that's slowly off my import Japanese list. I think there's about another 4 titles I've got to get from Japan, and I'll finish collecting for that system. On a Saturn, again, I'm in the process of upgrading a few of the better Saturn games which I don't already own original. I've got a few which are on high quality reproduction, which I am slowly upgrading to a real thing. So one of them was Strikers 1945-2. I can't remember what I paid for this now. I think it was about between £60 to £70 mark imported from Japan, but it's a fantastic game if you like the shooters. Okay, PC Engine. Okay, another Godzilla game on a Super CD. Godzilla Bakuto Retsuden. I think it's Godzilla Battle or something it means in English. But yeah, another battle game on a Super CD on PC Engine. Again, for Godzilla collection. This is not a huge amount of money. I think it's about £40 mark, or maybe a bit more. Maybe it's more, between 40 and 60. I can't quite remember. But a lot of these games I've picked up over the last 2 or 3 months gradually, and it took a while to get shipped. Okay, couple of shooters which are do have a good reputation as being one of the best shooters on the system. That is the Gate of Thunder, which has I think it's got another name in the USA, and the Winds of Thunder. So yeah, I think in those 2 games put me back about £160 together, between 160 and 180. So yeah, really good games to have on the system. I do have ROMs of those anyway on my PC Engine Duo, the analog one, Analog Duo. So I've got loads of ways of playing those games anyway. Quite tough shooters, but fantastic soundtracks and graphics and sprites and stuff. Okay, and last but not least, I got this game. It's a decent reproduction by what are they called again? The company that does it. I can't remember what their name is. PC Engine Works. That's it. They sent some freebies first of all. They sent a free copy of a game of Wonder Momo. I don't think it's particularly a fantastic game, but it's free, and some art cards and stuff and stickers. But yeah, sealed new copy of Magical Chase, which obviously the original one came out in very limited small numbers and goes for big money, whereas this quality reproduction by PC Engine Works, it's on a HuCard, it's, you know, it plays the same, and it's one of the best ways of having it really without spending a fortune. I got that from the shop, the store itself, and I think including shipping it was about just under £70 mark, so not too bad actually. So yeah, that's one good way of getting that game. It's a nice cutie, a cute 'em up. It is probably not the best shooter in the world, but it's a if you're, you know, for a PC Engine, it's quite famous, and as a collector, it's nice to have a physical copy. And that's it, guys. That's all my pickups for retro pickups for the last few months, really. So shorter video than normal, but I hope you find some bits there of interest. Hope you're all doing that well out there. And until next time, take care and bye.